Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down an absolutely epic business rivalry, MMA versus boxing. This is a true clash of empires, and they're fighting for global dominance.
So, let's get right into it. The big question is who's really winning the fight for combat sports supremacy? And listen, this goes way beyond what happens in the ring or the cage. This is a strategic war for fans, for money, and for the entire future of fighting itself.
Let's start with a number that'll make your head spin. $21 billion. That is the insane valuation of TKO Group, this new behemoth formed by merging the UFC and WWE. We're talking about a corporate titan being born right before our eyes.
And then, on the other side of the coin, $40 million. That's what an influencer like Jake Paul reportedly pulled in a single year. It just goes to show you the wild, almost chaotic money that's swirling around modern boxing right now.
So, what's the grand prize here? What are they all fighting for? This, 700 million. That's the estimated global fan base for MMA alone. And that's not even counting the hundreds of millions more who tune in for boxing. I mean, the stakes, they have seriously never been higher. Okay, first up, let's look at MMA's corner. We're talking about the UFC's corporate machine. And it really is a machine, a polished, predictable, global entertainment product.
So, what's the secret sauce here? It's one word: control. The UFC's power comes from a totally centralized model. Think about it. Unlike boxing, with its alphabet soup of titles and promoters all over the place, the UFC is this single, unified entity. They control everything. And yeah, this model has even drawn some antitrust heat, but you just can't deny how powerful it is.
So how do they maintain that control? Well, this whole empire is really built on four massive pillars. You've got the huge corporate backing from the TKO merger, that exclusive media deal with ESPN, their aggressive global expansion with gyms popping up everywhere, and of course, major brand sponsorships. Put it all together and you get this incredibly stable, year-round machine that just churns out content for fans and gives brands exactly what they want: consistency.
And if you want to see the power of that model summed up in a single number, here it is: $1.5 billion. That's the value of the UFC's 5-year exclusive broadcast deal with ESPN. It is the absolute cornerstone of their financial stability.
All right, let's switch gears and head over to the other side of the combat sports world, boxing. For decades, it's been the Wild West, famously fragmented, kind of chaotic. But right now, there are two incredibly powerful and totally unpredictable forces that are waking this sleeping giant up.
So on one hand, you've got what's called the influencer effect. This is a totally disruptive force, all about spectacle, driven by guys like Jake Paul. And then, on the other hand, you have this Saudi intervention. This is a massive centralizing force, using incredible amounts of cash to basically bend the sport to its will. We're talking about two completely different revival stories here, and each one has some insane potential, but also some pretty significant risk.
And this quote just nails the whole influencer effect, right? It's no longer just about who can throw the best punch, it's about who can create the biggest spectacle. And in today's world, that's where the real money is. It's so true. The drama before the fight is often a way bigger deal than the fight itself.
And check this out. This timeline shows you just how fast and how big the Saudi intervention has been. In just a couple of years, they've been staging the biggest fights you can possibly imagine. They're forcing rival promoters, guys who were bitter enemies for years, to actually sit down and work together. It's wild.
Okay, so we've got two completely different philosophies at play: a corporate machine versus the Wild West. But how does it all shake out when you look at the cold, hard data? Let's talk money and fans.
Yeah, this table really lays it all out perfectly. You can see the contrast. Boxing offers this insanely high ceiling for superstars, but it's wildly inconsistent. The UFC, on the other hand, gives you stability and a reliable structure, but the top talent has way less individual freedom.
But here's where things get really interesting. When you look at the next generation of fans, the numbers might surprise you. While MMA is obviously a huge deal, get this: a full 32% of Gen Z sports fans are avid boxing fans. And this surge is happening because that generation connects with individual personalities and their stories online. It's like the perfect storm for that influencer-driven model we were just talking about.
So it really boils down to this core trade-off. If you're a superstar athlete looking for that massive 9-figure payday, boxing is where you want to be. No question. But if you're a brand looking for consistent global visibility year-round, the UFC is a much, much safer bet.
So where does this all leave us? What does the future of fighting actually look like?
Well, we're watching two fundamentally different paths unfold in real time.
And here's the crucial point. It's almost like a choice. The UFC is offering something like the NFL, predictable, high-quality, year-round content. Boxing, on the other hand, is offering something more like the Super Bowl, these massive, unpredictable, cultural moments that just take over everything. So the question is, what do you, the fan, actually want? A reliable league with a constant stream of action, or the chaos and spectacle of those once-in-a-generation events?
So which model is going to define the future? The stable corporate league or this chaotic blockbuster spectacle? Honestly, there's no clear winner yet, not by a long shot. And that battle, the corporate machine versus the Wild West, is exactly what makes combat sports one of the most exciting spaces in all of entertainment today. So, I'll leave you with this. Who do you think comes out on top?